Do you ever go into someone's dragon lair and realize just how much you don't have a lair aesthetic? It's like some people have roadmaps that lead them to incredible dragons. What if I told you that that could be you? We'll get into that, but first, we have a special guest.
Hey there, it's TimelessDreamSelf. I'm very excited to be doing my first collab with Julie, and we're going to be covering how to breed dream dragons and how to establish a breeding goal. So let's get right into it.
Dream dragons keep the game interesting by being a concrete goal. It's easy to spend all of your treasure and gems in one place, impulsively, on a dragon. With a dream dragon or breeding niche, you build up to a dragon gradually with other dragons, and it helps curtail impulsive purchases.
It can be challenging to find dragons to breed if you don't have a goal in mind. For a long time, I've been on Flight Rising, and I still haven't really found what I've liked in dragons. I tend to dabble in a lot of different colors, genes, and breeds, but never really can hone in on what I want my layer to look like. Having a goal helps streamline your process of breeding. Instead of running around the auction house buying every pretty dragon in sight, you now know exactly what you have in mind for what you want your dragon to look like and what you want your layer to turn out to be. Breeding goals get you more involved into what you're doing with Flight Rising because you're working towards a personal achievement that you eventually want to reach. Without having a goal in mind, whenever I started breeding, I was constantly buying random dragons off of the auction house or through the crossroads just because I liked the way that they looked. When, in reality, they ended up just sitting in my lair for a while, unnamed and without a purpose.
No dragon wants to be unengaged in an active lair. Unnamed dragons become draining, mentally and on your resources. Every unwanted dragon you own takes food if you want it or not. Your lair should be a source of joy. You should actively look forward to the dates your pairs are ready to breed. And these aren't far off dreams. When you start developing and working on goals, this will happen for you.
Developing a goal is having a particular type of dragon in mind that you eventually want to hatch out of your lair, whether that being a specific combination of colors, genes, and a type of breed. The long-awaited question is, how do you develop a goal? It's not as hard as you think. Just find what you like in a dragon and work for that. Okay, maybe it's not that easy, but that's the gist of it. Whenever you've come across a dragon that you like on Flight Rising, make sure you bookmark it and keep a collection of all the bookmarked dragons you like. Because then, whenever you're looking for your niche that you fit into or what taste you have, you're able to go back and see what gene combinations are most prevalent in the ones that you have liked in the past.
Most people unwittingly have aesthetic preferences. The hardest part of this will be recognizing when you legitimately like something and when you're just visually shocked by something new. Whenever a dragon stands out to you, do your best to analyze what elements you enjoy before bookmarking it. Put your assessment into words and say it out loud. I like this dragon's blue tones because they remind me of the ocean, something like that. Over time, you might start to recognize a pattern or even multiple patterns. It's okay to have more than one preference, but for now, let's just focus on one idea at a time.
Probably the most important but easiest part of the process that I've already mentioned is just finding what you like and going for that. So work with what you like. If you like pastels, then go for it. If you like monochromatic, then go for it. Whatever you want, make sure you put that into what you're breeding because then you'll make it all much more worth the wait. Almost everybody starts out without having a clue what they want to breed. I was definitely one of those people. So just take a deep breath and really focus on what you like and what you want to see. The end result will definitely be worth it. That's all from me. Now it's up to Julie to help you take that goal and make it a reality.
Thanks, Hannah. Now that we have specifics of a gold dragon in mind, let's talk about the path to hatching it. Your preferences will define the process. Depending on your experience with Flight Rising, different things will take priority. Maybe you don't care about different breeds and care more about colors. I say start with an abstract concept from your bookmarks of what you want for your end goal. For instance, monochromatic, patterned, wavy dragons. Monochrome means black or white, and that leaves a huge tone range between Flight Rising's white and obsidian colors to work with. There are a few pattern genes variety, like bar, daub, vipera, etc. And there are only two noodly wavy dragon breeds, spirals and imperials. We're going to compose a SMART goal around this. S stands for specific. A monochrome patterned wavy dragon is pretty specific. That can only be an imperial or a spiral. M means measurable. Success in reaching this goal means that all of those adjectives are counted for. Attainable means that it's possible. This is within the realm of possibility for someone without any outside factors. Relevant is for whether or not it's within the scope of your reality. As long as you spend time on flight rising, you should be able to make this work. T is for timely. I don't think this part is very important. A breeding aesthetic doesn't need a time limit. We're going to continue as if our goal is breeding monochrome, patterned, wavy dragons. I advise not buying any genes or breed-changing scrolls. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. That means starting with dragons that may not exactly reflect the end goal. Sometimes you can start with dragons already in your lair. In my opinion, color is the easiest factor to dictate an offspring. There are usually dragons in every position on the color wheel available, ready to breed, and cheap in the auction house. But let's go into it anyways. Say you have a rose spiral and a mulberry imperial. Neither of these are monochrome, but their babies very well could be. Those colors are actually pretty close on the color wheel, and there's a good chance their offspring will fit what you want. When you have preferences for more than one of the color slots, I recommend being willing to try wide color ranges. The Flight Rising Color Schemer, linked below, is a great tool for making sure the parents you're picking have your desired result in their range. The 4C Progeny tool is also good for this. Color is an easy thing to breed because there aren't any dominant or recessive colors, just colors that fall between the parents on a spectrum or don't. The offspring can only be a color that falls between the parents on a spectrum. Genes are a little more difficult because there are recessive and dominant genes. Depending on a gene's rarity, it's less likely to pass on to offspring in a mixed pairing. But we're working with a broad idea, so that's lucky. There are a few pattern genes. I would consider 8 of the active genes on site to fit that description. All of these genes are either common or uncommon, so that gives a big possibility of the offspring carrying either of the parents' genes. If you want to know the exact statistical likelihood, check out the breeding guide in the video description. I'm working on a video that breaks down all of the numbers, but that's just too much for this video. Just know, if it rarely shows up in 4C progeny, it will rarely show up in offspring. Basic is the absolute worst gene to work with. If you want a dragon to not have basic in any slots, don't use parents that have basic in any slots. Breeds are just like genes, with some being dominant and some recessive. Luckily, I made a video about that. You can see that here. In this specific example, spirals are more likely to result from an imperial spiral coupling. If you specifically wanted only imperials, I'd recommend breeding imperials with wild claws or codals, because then imperials would be more likely. If you follow those steps regarding color, genes, and breeds, breeding a monochrome, patterned wavy dragon may take as much as 70 days or 2 breeding cycles for imperials. But as you get the hang of it, it's easy to start pulling in other dragons from the auction house to participate. Keep in mind, this is breeding for your aesthetic. This might or might not be profitable. I like to believe that if you love what you're breeding and fully fulfill your vision, you will be able to sell the eventual offspring. Knowing your aesthetic and keeping true to it will make running a hatchery easier than breeding something you don't care about. But then again, hatcheries are a topic for a different time. If you follow everything we discussed today, I think you'll be fully capable of breeding your dream dragons.
Thank you so much, Julie, for letting me collab with you. I had lots of fun and learned so much. I hope this video is helpful to everybody out there who watched it. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Pet Simmer Julie. She's the best. Feel free to give this video a big thumbs up and check out my channel over at TimelessDreamSelf.
And thank you, TimelessDreamSelf. This video was all her idea. We should have another co-creation coming up soon, but on her channel. Keep an eye out for that. It'll look like a lair review. Until that goes live, I just linked to her channel here. If you want to learn more about dragon breed rarity, check out this video here. Anyways, thanks for watching.